I can do it. And now... You're right, I did. But I never thought I'd be staring the reason for its activation.
What can I help you with? Until later. Walter spends a fortune to maintain the lodge, but I'd say it's worth every credit. I picked up something you might be interested in. Yeah? Yep, here you go. Bye-bye.
Got anything you need to offload? Trade Authority is always by. Kiosk right here.
Stay safe
You'll be
out there.
scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Is there a problem?
If you don't see... Oh, please, take a... Oh, please. Thanks for coming in.
It's good to be home.
I am at your service, Captain.
I hope they're great. Let's see what you... Stay safe, okay?
I'm meeting my girlfriend for drinks at the Viewport tonight.
Good to be back on board.
You ask me? Happy to make a deal. Take your time. Hey, take it easy.
Holy shit!
I used to be an actuary. Now look at me.
It's cliche, but it's... Of course, of course. The Trade Authority appreciates your visit.
No lawyering. Can't say I'll have what you... Take care.
Though it's a quaint shop. Okay then. Let's keep...
Keep your nose clean. Last thing I want.
Yes? I'll be right here. didn't stock up on junk.
The heck?
Okay, boy, show 'em what you got.
Enemy continues to evade my sensors. I am taking damage.
I'm hit!
Coming through the depot!
Then let's light them up!
Ugh. you into pieces, Rook.
So, tell us about Jasper Crick's version of the Crimson Scar.
All I can tell you is that under my guidance, the Crimson Scar became more influential than every other syndicate combined. Here I was, 22 years old, and I had power, people that followed my orders, and an endless stream of credits. Gale, I have to tell you, I was having the time of my life.
So you'd consider extortion, robbery, burglary, kidnapping, assault, and murder to be positive life influences?
No. I'd consider them as just means to an end. Those so-called crimes were merely stepping stones until I had enough wealth to buy the Crimson.
All right, everyone!
Yes, let's talk about that. It appears you weren't satisfied with terrorizing New Atlantis alone.
Oh, I've never stopped reaching Gale. The amount of money we were making in New Atlantis was decent, but the really big scores were in space, on the cargo ships. We're talking millions of credits, maybe more. Who the hell could count it all?
Most people assume this is when the UC decided to actively set up a task force to pursue the Crimson Scar. Certainly. Let's talk about something else. How did the Crimson Scar become the Crimson Fleet?
After I busted out of the lock, I decided to take things to the next level. I had the keys, a few UC ships, and a couple dozen ex-cons at my side. But I needed more, so I sent out the call. Once word got around, it didn't take long for freelance pirates from every corner of the 7 systems to show up.
And this is how the Crimson Fleet was born.
Exactly. The key became our base of operations. We spent months reinforcing their position there, making it nearly impossible to approach.
What was the UC's response to the situation?
First of all, UC secured.
I can decrypt and re-encode thousands of credits in seconds. And now because of... You're right, I did. I've paid you. Look me. Do I really need to... Well, so why don't... After everything, I must... The only way to do... I don't know.
There you are! So wait. Say that again. You think I'm who?
Stop playing games. We both know your real name is Leonel Soto, and you know why I'm here.
Who are you? Police? Ecliptic? An independent?
I've spent too. Let me just ask you one final question before we wrap up.
Fine. Go ahead.
When is enough going to be enough? How many credits does Jasper Criggs need until he's satisfied?
I should have expected you to ask such a stupid question. How the hell could you ever understand? You with your fancy education and your sheltered upbringing and your cushy media job. Me, I came from nothing. Everything I own, I've literally drawn blood to gain.
There's no need to get personal. I'm simply trying to state the facts so that our listeners can make judgments of their own.
Lady, I got news for you. Half of your listeners think I'm a hero. The other half are scared out of their goddamn minds, and they should be.
Perhaps we should talk about something else.
No, that's it. We're done. Can you guys get her the hell out of here? Make sure she takes all this sound equipment with her.
Well, that's it then. Thank you for your...
Actually, before you go, Gail, there's one more thing I would like to say.
Yes, of course. What is it?
When you broadcast this interview on SSNN, I want you to remember that I'll be listening. If you edit even one word or manipulate my voice to change anything I've said, I will hunt you down and kill you in front of everyone. Do you understand?
I understand. You have my word.
Now! I'm hit!
Tell us about your arrest.
Oh, my arrest was spectacular. Definitely one for the record books. UC security sent an armada after our little fleet of ships and picked us off one by one until the remainder.
This station is well outside my wheelhouse. You'd best do all the talking.
Talk sense into me? You're the one who's lost their mind. What the hell happened to you? You had Kriegs' legacy in your hands, and you gave it away. For what? For honor? Justice? Yeah, sure. Like Ikande is going to shower you in credits for doing your duty like a good little toy soldier. Give me a break. You'll be lucky if he does any more than... Yeah? And why the hell does Sistef get to determine what is right and what is wrong? You know, when we were on Suvorov, I saw the potential for you to become a badass pirate. One of the best. And now you suddenly expect me to believe I have been fooled the entire time? That this was some kind of elaborate game you have been playing? No. No way. For once in your life, be honest with me. Admit that you were tempted. The fucking world is falling down around me! I think that entitles me to whatever the hell I want. It is obvious that no matter what I say, you have no intention of honoring our pact. You clearly never did. I have already locked down the key and set its reactors to overload. Soon, you, me, and everyone near this station are going to be vaporized. Let's see how far that loyalty to Sistef takes you now. Your arrogance is unbelievable. You think I'm doing this just to be rid of you? No. I simply refuse to be the first person since Jasper Kriegs. If this is truly the... You and I both know that the moment I try to leave the station... No. I refuse to go out that way. If I am going down, I am... And spend the rest of my life in the brig without a credit? Now that's more like it, Rook. You're a killer. So you noticed. And yeah, believe me, keeping people from burying a knife in your back wasn't easy. Fine. You win. Standing down the reactors. With the legacy gone, we're dead in the water anyway. But before you have Ikande lock me up, I'm gonna leave you with some parting words. Whether you know it or not, you're damn good at being a pirate. It's in your blood. One of these days, that's all gonna hit you. And I'll be waiting for you in my cell to tell you I told you so.
Hey. Something you need? All right, let's go. That last click is so satisfying, isn't it?
Tell us what the future holds for the Crimson Fleet.
Changes are coming, Gale. Huge changes. Crimson Fleet will soon be a much bigger player in this little game between the members of the settled systems.
That's quite a bold statement. Would you care to elaborate?
Well, let's just say that I'm on the brink of a score so large, it makes everything else pale in comparison. Beyond that, the others have to wait and see.
Go! You've taken everything else from me.
If you aren't willing to discuss the details, why grant SSNN this interview?
Simple. I refuse to allow the UC to spin or bury the story, making it sound like they're in complete control of the situation. I'm gonna tell you right now, they aren't.
Why does the Crimson Fleet need to make this mysterious move that you're being so evasive about?
I know SysDef instructed you to draw this meeting out as long as possible. So let me sum this up. I intend to make sure that the Crimson Fleet becomes the United Colony's worst nightmare. And nothing, I mean nothing in this universe, will stop me from achieving that goal.
There are those that would disagree with you and claim this interview is grandstanding, or worse, a recruitment tool. After all, SSNN reaches every corner of the settled system.
You and the sheep that listen to your garbage can believe whatever the hell you want. You were so worried about what I had to say, you wouldn't have allowed yourself to be brought here. impressive flying, kid. You earned your wings today.
Thank you, sir. I was just trying to do my part.
A lot of heroes on this day. Speaking of which, here comes one now.
Good work taking out those pirates, Renegade. You know, I had my doubts about you. Vanguard, volunteer force, figured you for a tourist. But then I asked myself, as spectacular as I am... See, I'm a great shooter, but what we needed was someone standing on their side, with a... No ride like a blindside. That's what I say. Anyway, you got a date with the commander. I figure he'll sprain something trying to pin the medals on your chest. But in all honesty, you deserve it.
At ease, soldier.
Can't believe it's over.
I believe congratulations are in order. With this decisive blow, the end of the Crimson Fleet is all but assured. But as much as I'd like to begin this celebration, technically we're still in the process of wrapping up the operation. On that note, Lieutenant, what do you have for me?
Reports are coming in right now, Commander. Delgado and Shinya Voss have been taken into custody. Also, we've transferred personnel to the Key to secure the location until the United Colonies decides what they want to do with the station.
And what about Neva Mora?
According to our reports, Neva led the strike force that attacked the Vigilance. Unfortunately, that was the last we saw of her. It looks like she managed to escape. We don't know her current whereabouts, but I have our operations team looking into it.
That's fine. Overall, excellent news, Lieutenant. I have to admit, for the first time in 7 years, I don't know what to say. How about you? I know that was difficult. You hanging in there? I certainly would have preferred to have reached a resolution regarding her whereabouts. After all, she was the fleet's second in command.
Just watch your back. I'm fairly certain she's not going to simply forget what you've done to the Crimson Fleet.
Let's not ruin the moment, Gillian. I'm sure our friend here is feeling quite pleased. You should be. What you've done to serve the UC in this short amount of time is more than most people could hope to do in their entire lives.
If Mast isn't already printing up a batch of recruitment posters with your face on them, they should be.
I've twisted arms and cashed in some favors at Mast. I wanted to make sure you got a share of the money you recovered from the legacy. Call it a reward, a token of appreciation, whatever the hell you want. But you've absolutely earned every credit.
While it was satisfying enough to watch the Crimson Fleet meet its end, having an account brimming with credits is a pleasant bonus.
Don't thank me yet. If it had been completely up to me, you'd get a lot more than they're giving you.
Now that you're rich and famous, maybe you'll still remember us little people, huh?
Decorum, Lieutenant? Damn, I'm going to be really sorry to see you go. You've really become an important part of our team. It won't be the same around here without you.
Although, if you feel like staying aboard, I'm sure I could give you access to the SysDef mission board. That is, if you can stand spending another minute with us on the Vigilance.
Excellent. I'm happy we haven't somehow frightened you away. Anyway, enough talk. You've earned a break, and I'm sure you wish to celebrate. Here's your promised reward. And wherever you might find yourself, My best wishes travel with you.
Anything new to report? Nice work. Let me take a look. So, Mr. Yasso is actually Lionel Soto. We thought Soto was dead. At least, that's what the records told us. I'll have the records updated, but seeing as Mr. Yasso has surrounded himself with the Crimson Fleet, there isn't much we can do. Yet. That it? All right. Keep up the... Mast will have the ultimate say, but we've petitioned to have it refurbished for SysDef use. But first, we'll need to perform an audit of the key's overall condition. Most of the repairs done to the station weren't exactly up to standard. If the site is deemed not up to code, we're better off destroying it. That would also have political value. For now, we have a strike team dedicated to sweeping. After that's done, then we'll... That's right, since you're no longer undercover, you now have full access to our mission boards, just like other special agents. I'll have to take your word for it. I don't like keeping secrets myself, although I understand the necessity. To that end, if you're in need of anything ship-wise, talk to me, and I'll have our maintenance crew take a look. No more bartering for scraps at the depot. You'll have full access to the best the UC has to offer. That's what I'm here for. Anything in particular you need? Not sure it needs it. We'll do our best to accommodate you.
The Crimson Fleet is no. Their remnants are still scattered across the galaxy, including Nevermora. And beyond the Crimson Fleet, piracy will always be an issue, so long as ships traverse unregulated space. In other words, it's not time to retire just yet. I will likely take a moment for myself, if not for them. Well, still on hold until we can get the politics sorted. Some of the officials at Mast had brought up concerns about returning the legacy to a collective we were just at war with. And to be fair, their point is not without merit. Should we go to war, funds from the legacy could lead directly to the death of our soldiers. There is also talk that the legacy could be a bargaining chip in any future peace talks, and simply handing it over could cost us leverage. But regardless, two things will always be true. We will return the legacy to its rightful owners, and Mast will dictate the terms. Dismissed.
It takes a brave soldier to do what you did. You weren't just on the front line.
Having you work with Sis-Def has been an absolute pleasure. You think
That shield upgrade we got on the Vigilance made a big difference in that.
Now that the fleet's done, I wonder where Mass will send the Vigilance next. There's a lot of bad apples out there. Reclaiming the key was a long time coming.
We'll be talking about this battle in the history slates. It's finally over. We did it.
We did the galaxy a huge favor. By ending the fleet. We really took it to those pirate bastards, didn't we?
Salutations. Oh, amused isn't the verbiage I'd choose to describe my frame of... Well, as much as I detest being the bearer of bad news, you see, this imprisonment is merely an insignificant hint. In fact, I would wager that my legal team will have my release expedited. Oh, I assure you, I'm speaking the truth. Due to your actions, my tenure with Galbank has been terminated and several million credits in fine. The day is yours, Agent. You should be proud. Oh, yes. Forgive my indiscretion. Nevertheless, my congratulations still... Well, enough idle banter. Honestly, this interaction is a good day.
So what happens to these prisoners? You taking them back to Mast?
There's still a lot of cleanup that needs to be done.
Might not be Jemison, but this ship is starting to feel like home.
Great day for some exploring, huh?
Might as well take what we can.
Damn it! You picked the wrong day to piss me off!
We lifting off right away, or do you need a little bit of time? Yeah, what is it? Maybe another time.
Hey, what can I do for you?
It's a little surprising. I try not to au revoir, as they say.
May I be of service? You won't find a better offer on the station.
Up there, huh? Space? Must be cool. I never get to go to space.
Don't let I'm on what you call... Okay, then.
Okay, now I've seen everything.
We should be grateful for the sacrifices made. Long live the UC!
Nice hat.
Hey there.
Administrations come and go in the big city, but SSNN?
You have my source is back. Here to report anything else? Of course you were. Why wouldn't you be? I swear you're either a trouble magnet or something. So, SysDef finally, and against all odds, really triumphed against the Crimson Fleet. In their own backyard, no less. How were you involved? Directly with him? I got that right? Wow. Okay. So, the Vigilants went toe-to-toe with everything the Crimson Fleet could throw at them. And somehow, almost miraculously, they captured the key. The key itself. I've confirmed that with many sources. Anything to add? Oh, so the standard happy to be part of the team boilerplate. I can type that quote in my sleep. You have to feel good about how everything turned out. Commander Ikande is being hailed a hero. And SysDef's popularity is at an all-time high. Your thoughts? That's a common refrain. He was respected before this, but now? And that's all I need. You really do lead an extraordinary life. And as a, well, possibly embarrassing personal note, thank God for you.
day, I'm gonna leave New Atlantis for good. Another day, another credit. Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a little tired. Like I said before, I love my job, but there can be a lot of hard tire. Really? That's so sweet. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourself.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Vae Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come. You have? I mean, it's old technology. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Some independent group might have managed to figure it out again. But in my case, it complicates things. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned. I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or, if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here. Eye strain from the amount. The Terramorph project. The cabinet not, which probably would... Well, thinking about it more, I suspect there'd be... There's no need to be afraid of... Knowing that should calm... I mean, we never spent a lot of time together. Until his... But Vae Victus, for all... That's actually a souvenir from my time on Mars. The Red Devils unit I was a part of, they were founded by... The dust at those depths, it seeps into everything. It became an unwritten... The Devils were always... And the eyes... Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go. Ah, Captain. Congratulations on joining the ranks of... Yes? This? I'm one of Mast's resources, and that any woo. Enjoy your time in New Atlantis.
Captain, crossed paths with Hadrian Sinan earlier.
Yes? What?
Hey.
Hello.
You seem to have gotten lost on your way to the door. Why don't you correct that?
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. to demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt, the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties. Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
I'm uncomfortable opening the archives without gathering more information. However, if that's the path forward you prefer, then so be it.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs? More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
Stop! Stop! We're trying to help you!
Please! I can't stop!
That's it! Now hit him with everything you've got!
Hello.
Who's next?
And that, my friend, is how we do things on Jameson.
Bring it on.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't...
The way those people were acting. I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready. I'm not suggesting. The result of the projection, though, can vary wildly, and some lose control altogether. They'll lash. Those cases, you'll either need to knock them out with EM fire, or free them by killing the Terramorph. Well, you better keep that EM weapon loaded then. Now let's move.
That's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help.
What was that?
Oh God, no time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move.
Am I gonna be all right? If you're not a bottle of antiseptic, then I don't need you.
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district.
Not real.
All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up. Don't just stand there. Good.
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before, huh? Well, we've got one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word.
You two have any experience with terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liable.
We're not UC security. You don't need... Your call. We're on the line.
Don't leave any of that behind.
Oh, God. Captain! You're going to be okay! It's not real! Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real! We have to put down that more! There's one right there! Kill it! Think you can take me?
You have to help me.
I can take you. Target down. Nice work, Captain.
It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have an absolute massacre on our hands.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place. Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
the hell do terramorphs get into the
That's
city
a
like
relief
that
to hear.
undetected?
Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe we have some things we should discuss.
When you see security loses an officer, I make it my responsibility
Captain?
to call their family.
Hadrian, it would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have some respect, will you? That's the president of the colonies you're addressing.
No, you two were in the right. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this? Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. We do. In exchange. So, well, I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
The things we do here, the tech we develop, benefits all of humanity.
It's quite the conundrum you two have uncovered. But we'll get to the bottom of it.
These creatures can hit us in New Atlantis. Nowhere is safe.
I'll coordinate putting the data to good use with the Cabinet. We'll be ready to move.
You're
as
going
soon
to
as
need a
you guys
place
find
to do
us
all
some
this
space.
work.
Feel free to drop
I
some...
think I'm... Just the spot.
Okay.
All you need to concern... yourself with right now is collecting that data.
Pardon.
If you have a news story for me, you have that look in your eye. Really? To say you have my undivided attention is an understatement. A lot of people were there. The accounts we've got were chaotic. What was your role in that? The Vanguard was involved. That's good to know. The whole city is still on edge over the attack. We were fortunate, damn fortunate, that casualties were so low. What was it like in the thick of things? Pure instinct, huh? It sounds like New Atlantis, heck, the whole UC, owes you a great debt. Any closing comments? I already have a good story here. That makes me feel better. I feel like such a sap, but it does. Hey, Constellation? From all of us that live here, thanks. We use the word hero a lot in news, but you really are one.
I don't have the energy to live. Spite fuels me. Yeah. Find a gal bank teller and deposit all your It'll be paid, of course.
Down with the FC! The FC's no... Back to business.
Gorgeous weather today, huh? Mark my word.
Thanks for choosing. Hello and welcome to Terror. Certainly. Please take your time.
It has been very difficult to prove. The latest investigation.
I'm so excited to see Tony after. I have a feeling today's nice. I have to keep my energy up so New Atlantis can stay clean and tidy. Here, take this. I found it while I was cleaning. I figured you might find a use for it. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. Don't be a stranger.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's okay.
Just doesn't add up. Spaceport has it.
Chief has seen these orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people, the ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun, to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each
And I do mean cooperate, though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun? Ambassador Balmore's... When the rest of House Varun retreated into... He's since lent it, though claiming to know.
Well said. There's no reason to assume they're any worse than us, despite their cultural beliefs.
Of course. But there is... We're not 100% sure Balmore's... His public appearances were always rare. Scans of the facility show life...
Your task is to find him and...
The Varun delegate. It seems those plans... The embassy is still legally House Varun. We've snuck in the... But we're quite...
I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an... Here. This device should get you all the way down to the embassy. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attack.
Now, a fish...
Use your experience.
And who knows? But my Huh. Well, if that's the case, you see intelligence.
But getting caught.
So?
Now, we recovered some... But there's also...
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already... I'd suggest you start... Be smart out there, Captain. Welcome back.
Howdy.
This was where we first met, wasn't it?
Your safety is our number one.
Ah, crime has slowed down since you started helping out. The whole department is in. Things can be replaced and wounds can be... Luckily, we built... I do. We've received a tip that someone has been bringing in contraband. Well, technology-wise, smugglers often... But luckily... Great. First, speak to one of... Ask them if they've noticed. Once you've gotten a lead, cross-reference their testimony. When you're done, report.
there should be a few right now. Remember that job? I asked him to... He said he'll have... See you later.
All unit behaviors are dictated by United Colonies Security Code.
Hey, yeah? Can't say I have. Look, I'm just aboard. Now, if you don't mind. Okay.
Yeah? It's about time. I've been telling my supervisor about that car. That's the problem. I think it was UC57. It's the way the crew... The manifest said they were... I don't know what was it. Later.
What if they say no?
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving.
Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Yeah.
You've got something for me?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss the fewer people there are. That I do, Captain. Sergeant Yumi said. You've got good timing, too. Here you are. That's right. And from what my intelligence... So you don't need... Yep, every ship. And if they're smuggling... Keep your eyes open.
Oh, please, take a look. Thanks for coming in.
How's the investigation going? Is that right? Of course. Found those smugglers yet? Is that right? Captain Enjai's ship. You had reports of that still being a little rough around the edge. That's fine. Take all the time.
I think we need to increase the number of emergency shuttles.
Why? Even the smaller ones have pretty high capacity. According to the math, we've got exactly the right amount to fully evacuate.
Yeah, but real life doesn't work that way. Say we get attacked, or the oxygen malfunctions. If a group of 4 people are fleeing for their lives, do you think they're gonna wait for another 2 before taking off?
You're right. I'll put in a request.
Thanks.
Hey, Lieutenant, I don't mean to...
You are, of course, well. That I do, Captain. You've got good timing. Here you are. That's right. And from what my intelligence... So you don't need me? Yep. Every ship on that list has a route that goes through New Atlantis. And if they're smuggling stuff there, we'll be seeing you.
Yes? Not enough data. I can't file a report just... Based on this.
Did you recover okay after the attack at the spaceport?
Look like someone who has many stories to tell. I'd like to hear them.
Oh, please, take a look. Appreciate the business.
Found those smugglers yet? Is that right? Captain Enjai's ship. You had reports. Still. Then the next step is searching their cargo for any... And, as luck would have it, I'll make the call to have the ship... Your job is to board the ship, and if any of the crew puts up a fight...
Security in New Atlantis.
Let me know when you're ready to launch.
You with UC Security. My suggestion, you turn around and pretend you saw nothing.
You're barking up the wrong tree. Just get off the ship and tell your boss this ship's clean.
Looking for something? Well, it looks like you got me, officer. I guess this means my potato shipping days are... But maybe, I don't suppose you're interested. You do have a point. And how bad can the prisons be anyway? Fine, take it. Do what you have to.
This isn't over.
Get out of my face, pig.
We'll cooperate, but don't think for a second we'll talk. I'm a smuggler, not a snitch.
Didn't know UC Security was into stealing.
I think you need to get rid of some of that gear.
I can't believe the captain just let you take our shit.
Have things for you. Can I help? I certainly do. Bye.
Scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. You're clear.
How's the investigation going? Good work. Very well done, Captain. Time and time again you come through. Initially, I felt bad for having... In any case, I'll have a team move the ship off the landing pad and do a full sweep. Make sure there's no other surprises on board. Oh, and before I forget, your payment. It's well deserved. After that business with the term. See you later, Captain.
Wait up! Fancy seeing you. I was hoping to run into you eventually. I've got something for you. Oh yeah, smarty pants? If you're so sure. I mean, if you really want. No, dummy, it's a bunch of credits I've earned. I told you I wanted to pay you back if we ever cross paths again. Here. I know it pales in comparison to what you did for me, but it should help. Oh, I'm just working the front desk at a local accounting practice. It's not glamorous, but it pays the bills while I take classes. I haven't decided whether I want to pursue a history. I've always been interested in Earth. Oh, no problem. I wanted to keep my word. Anyway, I was hoping you could do one last favor for me. Since you have a ship, would you be able to deliver a letter to my sister Julia for me? I knew I could count on you. This means a lot to me. Let me just add a few more details to my letter. And... okay, there. Thanks again. Take care.
If it belongs on your... I know we're safe now, but I'm still... Oh, please, take a look. Thanks for shopping at Jemison Mercantile.
As much as I'm eager to explore the universe, there's nothing quite like the feeling of returning home.
that we know there are other people out there.
Hi there.
Hey.
Great. How many more days, months, years of being cooped up here before we find a new place to live?
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to
You're less weird than I thought you would be.
Captain Brackenridge says the future is bright, but I think the Constant was pretty bright too, so I don't really know what she means.
I trust Captain Brackenridge to make the right decision. Oh my gosh, really? I didn't know if I'd ever hear from her again. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, that's wonderful! I'm so happy for her. I'll have to find a way to go see her sometime. Thank you so much for coming all this way to deliver it. Thank you so much for bringing that to me. I can't say it enough. It was wonderful hearing from her again. Well, I was worried about her. None of us have... While I still can't leave, I'm hopeful she'll come visit me. I'm sure we'll continue to send messages back and forth. Knowing how miserable she was with our situation, yes. Some part of me wishes this was the right... No, I'm happy here. Another time, then?
I bet you've been on lots of cool space adventures. Just like in the old movies. I heard you came from outside the ship.
How many other planets are
pretty
out
cold
there that
out
we
there.
can live on? I bet there's a million.
The Constant is a peaceful ship.
Wow.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
We've got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
Where are we headed next?
Passenger transport liner wanting to alert. It's our company's policy. Us friendlies have got to watch each other's backs out. Safe travels, stranger. Civilian transport to unknown vessel. Please acknowledge.
Go ahead. Here's what I've got. What a new Model A is going for these days?
Did you know I used to have an office near the top of mast? How far the mighty have fallen, eh?
You our visitor? You'll find the ambassador in our office. Go on through.
Hard to believe. I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
Terramorphs? As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an
You're allowed 3
SSN
places.
broadcast.
Conference room,
We
lobby,
have
or
a
the
strategic
ambassador's
advantage
office.
to maintain.
You set foot
Mr.
anywhere
Long.
else, there's going to be problems.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. That woman is... Oh, sorry. Oh, what? You know, I was about to board the Nat to the... And like I've got... Well, then you have my... But look, they said you were... The ambassador likes to handle all that, even if she does have trained diplomats here to help. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City. I... So you want me to work No, I think that's a pretty safe assumption. So then... The code machine. Her quarters. And you... Oh, wait. I thought you were... Okay, so... Here. The key. I'll keep an ear out for more...
Patching in playback.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch! Cameron! Are you alright, Ambassador? It seems the Council of Governors has rejected my appeal to join. Again. Which means you and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage until we die. But I think we might need to... We should expedite the process. What are you getting at, ma'am? I mean, my requests keep being rejected because they don't want to add a C, right? But what if? What if one opened up? The Heist's heart in what it used to be. It's not like anyone would miss him. Eva, I think it's time to get some sleep. Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh? Good night, Eva.
Hey! You're in a restricted zone! Sounds like it was a real mess down at the spaceport.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there. I will not be the one responsible for its release. You're really gonna push this? I'm listening. I'm gonna pretend I suppose you might... Doing nothing. Just... Captain, I'm sorry, but my... Did I not make myself... Excuse me? No. Look, I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong... So perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between... But where are my manners? Here. You're... Please. And I know you, my dear, dear friend. In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. Keep both our... I can only let you get the information on the Terramorphs. And all research will need to be monitored. But those 2 items should be enough to allay any... What on earth are you... Ah, yes. Now let's go get your code piece so you can be on your way. They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here you go. I hope that'll be enough to maintain your discretion. Don't worry. I'll coordinate with Deputy McIntyre on the observers.
Sorry. Everyone's a little on edge after the attack.
I asked my boss what they're doing to stop new alien attacks on the city.
This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy. I've never seen a tree like this before in my entire life. It'd actually be more fascinating if its branches weren't blocking our way. Find anything useful?
You picked the wrong fight.
valuable.
Cowards. See what kind of information you can get off of there.
You're carrying too many odds and ends. Time to let something go.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies.
Biometric key required.
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of... I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked its... Tell me, though, what is it like outside? Has the rest of the city... I take it you didn't have such an... Yes, disconcerting. Harmless spores, you have my word, but it is the sap of... But I must know. Yeah, more time could be spent tidying, and fewer welcome. Now, it cannot solely be the... You were sent by the UC, and the broadcast spoke of a worrying occurrence, certainly, but... So, the UC requires information. The preservation of life stands as the... But, if I am to grant you access... For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is.
We'll do everything we can to make certain that happens.
Well, Then I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
All that junk you're hauling is seriously slowing you down.
Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good. I will not have House... The affairs of House Varun are... House Varun committed it. This was said at the time. So, when my... It was tolerable, even... We remained with my brethren God. The Great Serpent is so much... When our founder, Jinan, the Serpent, made us who we are today,
Ugh, recycled air. Just isn't the same as the real thing. Something for you when you have a moment.
If it belongs on your... Hope you're finding everything you need. Oh, please, take a look. Thanks for shopping at Jemison Mercantile.
Something for you when you have a moment. Hmm? Fishing for a handout, eh? Goodbye.
You're out there a lot, right? In space? Just do this all right.
You don't need to wear your helmet on this planet. You know that, right?
The Trade Authority has access. Of course, of course. If you need anything else, you know where to find us.
Ever run into spaces? Scumbags.
The heart of the settled systems, SSNN.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement. That's incredible. I wasn't sure Radcliffe would ever get on board. I'm very much looking forward to getting the debrief on how precisely you managed to pull all this off, but that'll have to wait for another time. Regardless, superlative work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right? They'll walk you through everything, step by step. Just follow the monitor's instructions and you should be fine.
On the record? What response?
I'm told by top officials the capital...
at the Battle of Cheyenne by the Freestar Collective's ragtag fleet, both sides decided the time had come to bring the colony war to...
This is a shared Freestar UC territory, so act accordingly.
The monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
Yes?
There you are. Captain. Surprised to find out we're having visitors as we work.
Major Sinan and I were just discussing the merits of your planned interfactional cooperation. I think it's a great idea. Get them invested in the solution. Make it clear we've got nothing to hide.
I'm sure they'll be lovely house guests.
Now, Captain, if you wouldn't mind transferring the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing next steps. Plan is for Hadrian to take the data from here.
Time for us to start getting some real answers, and figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. This...
Plus, you don't need her word. We'll be setting up oversight alongside the collective.
Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So, with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Should even be able to house its own cadre of independent observers. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizen.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
The number of lives this might save.
Cool spacesuit.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the... Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, through service, bravery, strength, and upholding... Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information, and they've stated they'll only share it with you. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the... I'm sorry. I can't... Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to
It's a buyer's market right now. Good time to make a move. Welcome to Feeling Realty. What brings you in today? Looking... I don't blame you. It's a love... I'm here if you have any more questions, or if you'd like to... Oh, don't... But you best believe... Well, first of all, let me just say congratulations on becoming a United Colony citizen. Let's see what we have available. Right now, I've got a little place in the well that's up for grabs. Needs some work, and the location is less than ideal, but it's a foot in the door, so to speak. I have a penthouse apartment in one of the residential towers. I forgot. Government has dibs on that one. Well, if it comes back on the market, I'll let you know. Sound like something you're interested in? Great. It's very cozy. I'm sure you'll love it. I'll just process the transaction and make sure ownership is transferred. And the apartment is all yours. Congratulations. Let's see what I have a penthouse. Stop by anytime.